You know, if you're young at heart, like me, you're going to love this show. I'm doing a breakfast for kids today on Let's Cook. Hi, welcome to Let's Cook, where we are doing breakfast for the kids today. Now, let me just talk about the menu, because today I am doing a mini waffle parfait, or Napoleon, you could call it whatever you like. Then I'm doing Paul's cream of wheat, and I don't like cream of wheat, but I like this one. Then I'm going to be doing a deep fried egg in a potato basket, and we're going to garnish that with some cheddar cheese and some chives and some bacon bits. So we have a great breakfast going on. The first thing that I have to show you is I'm actually going to put together the batter for the waffles, because we have to make a waffle to make our parfait. So let me just go over the ingredients that I'm going to use just to make the batter itself. To make the batter itself, I'm going to be using milk, flour, butter, baking powder, a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and 1 egg. And it's almost like a crepe batter, but we're actually just adding a little bit of baking powder to it, so we get a little leavening going on. So to make this batter, all I do is I take my flour right here. To the flour now, I'm going to add my sugar, my baking powder, a pinch of salt, and then I just mix this together. Just going to go ahead and mix that together. Then in the middle, right here in the bottom here, I'm going to drop my egg. And now you're also using melted butter in this, but because the egg is in there, if you want to stay away from the melted butter, you could go ahead and use any neutral oil, safflower, sunflower oil, that'll work. Then we add our milk to this. I always hold back a little bit of the milk in case it's too thin, or a little bit of the flour in case I make it too thick or whatever, so that way I can adjust it. And we're just going to mix this together just like this till we have the proper consistency. Now, it's a good idea to allow this batter to rest just a little bit. And you can get up early in the morning, you can make the batter, put it in the fridge, let it rest. It'll even hold up till the next day. However, if you're going to make it and then put it together the next day, you want the gluten to relax a little bit, you could add the baking powder right before you're going to use it. Because baking powder will react with the liquid and the heat we're going to expose it to. Now, I have my waffle. Look at this. Is this cute or what? This is my waffle iron. I got this at a yard sale. It's an antique, and I already have one made in here so you can see what it looks like. But see how great that looks? Doesn't that look great there? Now this one is actually ready to come out. So I'm just going, isn't that cute little hearts that we have going on here? So I'm just going to go ahead and get another waffle in here, get this cooking. We're going to take a little break, and then when we come back, we're going to finish our waffle parfait. Plus, I have some facts about breakfast you won't want to miss. So it's breakfast for the kids today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Slinky. Remember Slinky, everybody out there? It's still a great toy. Now, before we actually put our parfait together, I'm just going to start a waffle here. I just want you to see how I'm going to do this. If you ever have one of these old irons, all I'm going to do is take my batter now. I heated one side, I heated the other side. I drop this in, and I'm going to let this start to set up just a little bit, making sure when I pour it in that I get to all the edges. Get my beautiful heart-shaped waffle here, but don't overfill it because it will come up. We're going to let this start to set up just a little bit. So we'll count to roughly about 15. Then we'll gently bring this down so that it starts to set. Then once it sets up a little bit more, then I'll turn it over so that because you really don't want it going out all over the place. Now, few fun food facts, okay, about breakfast anyway. In Ireland, they have potatoes in the breakfast, but it's not called potatoes. The Irish Gaelic word for potato is praties. So praties is the Irish Gaelic word for potatoes. There's also a myth that happens, and it has to do with your index finger, where when you eat them, and I forget which one is my index finger, but you have to, is this your index finger? So you have to eat your muffin with the index finger, and that comes from Nova Scotia. Go figure, maybe a little bit in the water there. And then in Poland, a breakfast, and it's a square, pasta square, it's called a wazanki. So if you ever make a pasta and it's square, you could call it a wazanki if you're from Poland. And then in Germany and France, take a crepe, fill it. the most popular breakfast. So let's make my popular breakfast here. And I'm just going to turn this over so that it cooks evenly on this side too. And we're going to start to build our parfait. So the first thing that I would do is I'm going to take my waffle right here. Now, if you don't want to make the waffles, you can just buy your own waffles. But I love this machine that I have here, and it makes these beautiful waffles. So I cut my waffles this way. I take my plate. Now, the next thing that I did is I have some yogurt cheese right here. And when I say yogurt cheese, it's really not yogurt cheese. What it is it's vanilla yogurt that I took and I drained. And all I did, see, now you can see that I have about 30% water coming out of the yogurt. That's going to make it very concentrated so that I can almost spread it. So I'm going to just bring this over here. I just wanted to actually show you the water so you could see that. And then I'm just going to take this. Oh, I can leave it right there. Now we take our waffle. This is where it's really fun for the kids. I put a little bit of the yogurt right here on the waffle. This is vanilla yogurt. Put this down. Then, if berries are available, you can use fresh, but if not, you can also use frozen. So here's some raspberries that I bought that I defrosted in the refrigerator overnight. Put some of these raspberries here. And again, these are their natural sugar, so you're not putting any sugar in this. And you'll notice with my waffle, there was also minimum sugar. Come over here. Put this on now. This one here, we'll go with blueberries in the middle. So put a few blueberries right here, right in the middle there. Again, wonderful, wonderful breakfast. Kids are going to love this too, especially if, could you imagine if somebody made you a heart-shaped waffle? Don't you think you would really enjoy that breakfast? And it's very important we children have a good breakfast. So now we'll take a few of our strawberries. Now the strawberries here, I actually need to cut because they're just a little too big. So we'll put a strawberry right here, get another one here. And again, the sugar really comes out in these because they're done the proper time. This goes right on top here. Then to finish this, we'll just take a little bit of powdered sugar right here. It's looking good, isn't it? Looks really good. Then a few more berries right here. I'll take another strawberry here. And again, remember, everybody eats with their eyes. And because they do eat with their eyes, if you make it nice and attractive like this, and it's really high like this, they're going to love it. And again, this is could be considered low fat except for the butter in the waffle batter. And there you have it, Paul's Waffle Parfait. We're going to take a little break, but don't go anywhere because when I come back, I'm going to show you how to make my own twist of cream of wheat. It's breakfast for kids today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook today, where we are doing breakfast for the kids. Now, I have to tell you something. It's a true story. As a child, I did not like cream of wheat. So I had to, as an adult, because it's so good for you, I had to find a way that to make it so that I would like it. And let me just give you a few facts about cream of wheat because it's a great breakfast cereal. First of all, it has a lot of essential vitamins and minerals, loaded with iron, calcium. It's naturally fat-free, cholesterol-free, and low in sodium. So it's a great breakfast food. Now, the way I make my cream of wheat is I start with my milk here, and I'm making it with milk as opposed to water. You can make it either way. While the milk is still cold or just warming up, I gradually add your cream of wheat. That's the other thing. And this is, you're going to see, this is really a fast breakfast that I'm going to do. So we just put this in here. And then you're just going to bring this up to boil. Now, they have the speedy cream of wheats. Basically, it's going to cook in about 2 minutes. Once it thickens up and it comes to boil, simmer it for a few minutes, and it's done. So we'll just gradually add this. It's almost like as if you're making polenta. You need to really just bring this up to a simmer. Nice high heat. And we're just going to stir this because it takes a while for the cream of wheat to absorb the liquid. And if you put it in while it's cold and you just stir like this, you become one with the pot. Okay, but you do have to stir it. Every once in a while, though, you can take a little break. Blow a few bubbles. Just make sure it's not over. Yeah, we call it a bubble break. Just make sure it's not over the cream of wheat. I can't believe my producer, Lisa, got me all these toys today to play with while I'm making breakfast for the kids. Now, let's take a look at this. You see how it's tightening up, getting nice and thick there. We're just going to work this a little bit. Now, I'm going to add just a little bit of the syrup to this now, just to sweeten this up, give it a nice flavor. Honey, maple syrup, you could use either one. You see how it's bubbling here now? it will get thicker. So now I'm just going to sit this right here, let this rest just a little bit. So we just allow that to rest a little bit. Have my bowl right here. Now, when I serve this, want it piping hot. We're going to put it right into the bowl right here. See how nice that looks? Beautiful, right? And you need to get it out of the pot right away because it won't hold up. Now, the other thing that I have to go with this, in the oven here, I have some toasted coconut. All I did is I took unsweetened coconut, laid it out on a sheet pan or cookie tray, and I just let it toast in 350-degree oven. Every once in a while, I go in and I move it around here a little bit to get it to evenly brown. So that's my toasted coconut. So now we take our toasted coconut. Going to put this right in the middle here. Goes real well with the cream of wheat. Again, we need to make this attractive for the kids. Then we take our syrup right here, just along, right around there. This is a lot of fun. Then, remember the yogurt, the vanilla yogurt that we had that we made into the spreadables, almost a cheese for the waffle? Take a little bit of that right in the middle here. And then last but not least, if you're doing the waffles, you can also just take a little bit of a berry, put a little berry right there in the middle, okay? Very happening cream of wheat for the kids today. Now we're going to take a little break. And then when we come back, I'm making a deep fried egg in a potato basket. It's breakfast for the kids today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back after this. Hi, welcome back to Breakfast with Kids. So here's my silly putty. Remember silly putty? You used to take the silly putty, put it on the newspaper, pick up the comics. Remember the comics? You pick it up, it would take that imprint, and then you get to play with the silly putty. So I not only have silly putty here, can't believe I got silly putty. Remember the little egg it came in? You did, right? Remember the egg? And then I remember I used to fight with my brother and sister because they'd steal my silly putty or bubbles. My producer gave me bubbles today. Again, remember when you blow bubbles in the kitchen, a couple of things. One, don't blow it where food is. Secondly, it's going to land on the floor and the floor is going to get slippery. So you want to be careful not to fall. And of course, a little bit of Slinky here. Now, the Slinky was kind of my inspiration for this potato dish. So I'm going to start by making my potatoes in a basket. So I have a mandolin here. Now, kids, if you don't want to buy a mandolin to do this, you can buy the the shredded home fries in the frozen section of the supermarket. But all I'm going to do is slice these very, very thin. Slice my potatoes really nice and thin like this. I'm not going to put them in water. So you're going to buy the shredded home fries to make for at home, or especially if your kids are going to try and do this, you already buy the shredded potatoes. You can use that. Now I'm going to take a little bit of oil here, and I have a muffin tin here. A little bit of oil just in the bottom and on the sides. I'm only going to do 6 of these. Then I take my shredded potatoes. I put them right in here. A little bit right in here. I'll just show you how to do that one more time here. Again, be careful with your potato. If you're using a mandolin, be careful with it. If not, I suggest you really buy the shredded potatoes unless you're very proficient at this or you get somebody to do it. Now, never let the kids touch a mandolin. I forgot I need to season my potatoes here with a little bit of salt and pepper. That's a good idea. So then we put it in here. Now you just shove it in here and all you do, place it in the muffin, take your fingers, make a little spot here. Then we take these and you're going to use a little bit of oil, spray these like this. You're going to pop these in a 350-degree oven. So I'll take these, I'll pop these in the oven here, but I already have some done. And you can see what they look like. See how nice they look? So you end up with a nice little potato basket there that you can use. Okay, and these are now ready to go. And you can actually do these ahead and just warm them up in the oven. Get my mandolin out of the way here. Now, see how nice these come out? Look, just come in here. See how nice they come out? Aren't they? Is that adorable? Look at that. Absolutely adorable. and they're very healthy. You know, there's just a little bit of olive oil sprayed on there. So that's my basket. Now, I already have some done here, and you can see that they set up really nice. So I'm actually going to move these out of the way because I want to use the ones that just came out of the oven because they're nice and hot. So we'll come here, I'll get one, I'll get two, then I'll get a third one out here. So it's a nice little potato nest or potato basket. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this done, but we're going to deep fry our egg now. You could do it poached, you could do it scrambled. We're going to actually deep fry it. So I have the oil here. The oil's at about 325 degrees. Kids, don't do this. Make sure an adult is doing this with you, okay? Breakfast, the kids would love this for breakfast, but it is dangerous because you're going to take the egg down to the oil like this, and I'm going to show you this. We're going to give you a shot on this so you can see how I actually place it in. There we are. We're just going to drop the egg in there and let that start to deep fry. It's going to rise to the surface right away. See how that rose up? I'll just show you one more of these where I crack my egg in there. Now, there's a lot of water in the egg, so make sure that the pan is only about halfway full with the oil. I'm going to come over here. I'll drop another one in. Actually, I need 3 of these, don't I? Because I had 3 potatoes over there. So let me just quickly get one more potato in there. One more egg in there. Okay, no shell. We don't want any shell. But just drop that one in. Okay, now, the one thing we do have to do is while these are cooking, you need to baste these a little bit. So you're just going to take these, turn them around, and baste them a little bit. Okay, this is a perfect one right there. Sometimes the egg this one really blew up here. Going to have to separate these a little bit. Yeah, we have 2 eggs here that are kind of stuck together, but we have a good one here. So do one at a time. You're going to baste these and let these continue to cook while they're in the oil here. Almost like as if you're making poached eggs. You just baste these a little bit. Okay, I'm going to come back to them in just a second because now I need to actually cut up some garnish to go with this. So I'll have my potato right there. Come over here. I have a little bit of bacon in the oven here too because the bacon just works. And by the way, you know, my daughter Megan actually suggested that I use bacon bits with this. So we have some nice thick cut bacon here. We're going to take this, and it's better if it's hot when you cut it. And then we're just going to go ahead and cut it this way. Yeah, you could, if you wanted to, you know, I just had a thought here. You could already buy the bacon that's already, pre-cooked, or you could buy bacon bits too. Just make sure that they're the natural bacon bits. But we're just going to chop this up here. Let's go back. Let's check our eggs here. Okay. Good. Cut into that one. Okay. So see how nice this looks? And I'm going to show you how to clean this up too as well. So we based our eggs here. Again, I'm cooking these in safflower oil as well. So I have some bacon right here. Now the egg, when you deep fry the egg, you can cook it all the way done, or you could cook it, I guess you would call it soft fried, where it's still going to be runny in the middle. You can do it any way you want. A few chives here too, or anything green like this. So we have some nice chives right here that we'll use as a garnish. And I have some great cheddar cheese here. So let's get one of these eggs out. Now, when you do take the egg out, remember, we just baked our potatoes there. Take the egg out. Drain it off well. Be very careful when you're doing this. This was the first one I put in. Bring it over to where you're going to work with it. Now, see this part right here? You can see this one is still soft on the inside. See how it's still a little soft? Come over here. Just take this off now. Actually, this tastes really good. Well, really hot, but really, really hot. But you know the side of the egg, when you pan fry an egg in butter, you know the side of the white, if you get a little brown, that's what it tastes like. It's delicious. So now I take my egg right here, right into my potato basket. I take, well, it's still nice and hot. A little bit of cheddar cheese right on top of this. A little bit of bacon to go with that. And if your children like chives, a little bit of chives right there. And then I'm actually going to take my egg now, and I'm going to cut into my egg right here so you can actually see what this looks like, because it's nice and it's beautifully done. You just cut into this, and I like my egg a little oops, I missed the yolk. There we are. Gonna cut into our egg right there. Oh, see, this one is, look, it's all the way cooked through. So if you don't want to serve a Overcooked egg, you can serve this way. Okay. I need to have this egg because I'm a little hungry today. And we have about 30 seconds to talk about what we made here. We did the delicious waffle parfait right here, that wonderful waffle parfait with vanilla yogurt, okay, vegetables. Then we did the cream of wheat, very friendly. Kids are going to love it. And of course, our deep fried egg here, which is absolutely delicious. Thank you for watching Let's Cook today. And remember, when you make breakfast with your kids, just have fun with it. Bye-bye.